Alright, so once I'm done with this, I'm gonna go back to my deck what if, finish it, probably put out another deck what if. But anyways, yeah, that's if once I finish this. Did I make a video yesterday? I can't be bothered to think that far back. So, anyways, what's going on, guys? Lotus What If's here, back with another video. This is part 3 of what if Naruto had the renni sharingan and the tenseigan. Doesn't matter in which order I say it, like, it's still gonna be the same one in the title. So, yeah. So, we got the gist. So, anyways, last time I left off, Naruto beat up his the middle siblings, I think? The twins? Yeah, the twins. I didn't really give them names because they're not really that important unless they're trying to put Naruto down or some shit like that, so they don't really matter. But yeah, so Naruto, he gets out of the ring and he's going up the stairs. Now, once he gets up the stairs, wouldn't you guess who he sees there? None other than Kushina and Minato. As he walks right past them, as a matter of fact. As Kushina turns around and says, Naruto Uzumaki, come back here right now, as Naruto completely ignores her. Like he doesn't just ignore her, he ignores her, her existence, purely her existence itself. He just ignores it and he just walks past her. That's what he did for both of them. And Kushina, she's really getting pissed off now. And that's when she activates her Uzumaki chains. Now, Naruto never actually unlocked the Uzumaki chains. See, the only reason he didn't actually unlock the Uzumaki chains, he could unlock them really easily. Actually, with the immense amount of chakra he has, he could just pop out at least a few 100,000 of them. But Naruto decided, nah, he doesn't want to. He's too lazy for that. Naruto decided, don't care, won't try. Alright, so he does that. As basically, Naruto proceeds to let the chains capture him and pull him back to Kushina. Now, once Kushina thought she actually got him into her hold, he broke out. He broke the chains. He legitimately broke the chains, which surprised Kushina and Minato. As Naruto walks away, while the two of them are in shock, but Minato manages to, get out of that state of shock rather quickly and says Naruto Uzumaki will listen to the Hokage and come back here. As Naruto says, you're not my Hokage, I don't need to listen to you. As she says, then who's your Hokage? Naruto said, I am not under any village. If you can see clearly, you would have noticed that the Hidden Leaf headband has been removed from my arsenal in any way, shape, or form. So, I do not know who gave you the idea to think that I'm a part of your village or any other village. As she says, so you're a rogue nin. As Naruto said, yeah, you could say that. As Kushina attacks Naruto thinking he's a criminal and stuff like that, since he's a rogue ninja, since she knows that most rogue ninjas are villains and shit like that. But Naruto dodges her attacks rather quickly and doesn't really care. As Naruto's walking away after shamelessly beating Minato and Kushina. And what I mean by shameless, he completely humiliated them. He legitimately dragged the fight on purpose. They went from the staircase to the crowd of people inside of the ring, and he completely, shamelessly, with no regret whatsoever, disrespected them inside of the ring. As he proceeded to walk out the ring with the two of them in humiliation. As basically, yeah, that's kind of how it is. There's no Hokage's booth because it's not the third stage yet. So, yeah, we know how it is. So, yeah. So after, I think I said we just kind of come back to the weeks later, or some shit. No, that passed already. So yeah, as basically after at least an hour, 30 minutes. No, 45 minutes of Kushina crying due to the humiliation, Minato letting off steam. So yeah, he's mad at the humiliation that his own son gave him. But they still view him as trash, so they don't know his full strength. Like Naruto, he has not activated his dojutsus or anything like that. And I think when you guys asked me, like, hold on, let me check the comment. Somebody asked me like if I was gonna use the other 101 tailed beasts, and he will use them. Not separately. He will not use them separately unless it's Kurama. He'll use them all at once, and that's for another time. So yeah, who knows? Maybe you'll be able to think about what will happen when he actually has to use their power. Cause I don't like. Let's be honest here. We know that Naruto doesn't really have to use the power right now. So yeah, as basically Naruto, he proceeds to mind his own business. Actually, he doesn't care. He put a shadow clone in his place, and he's out there roaming the world. All right, he's out. He's legitimately roaming the world, exploring the place and stuff like that. Not really caring. And Orochimaru already knows this because she looked at Naruto and she clearly figured out that that was a clone. That was not the real one. Now it was really hard for her to actually distinguish what was a clone and what was not a clone when it comes to Naruto, because Naruto and the clones, they're basically one and the same. The power is significant, the amount of energy it uses significantly the same. Everything about it is the same, even the looks. The only thing that's different is the chakra coils. See, when it comes to the clones, the chakra coils are, well, slightly closed. Since they're not really receiving any chakra from, the outside world, they're actually receiving the chakra from Naruto. They don't receive the chakra from the outside world. If they did, that'd be a little bad. Alright, we can't have that. That's dangerous. Alright? But Naruto will have the clones suck up natural energy in the future. So anyways, yeah. So I'll probably make him use actually the 101 tail beast today. Who knows? Maybe I'll surprise you guys. So Naruto, he's exploring the place and stuff like that, and he happens to come across another cave. You might be thinking, oh, is he gonna find the remains of Hagoromo? No, he's not gonna find the remains of Hagoromo. I don't need him to do that. No Hagoromo. No need. No Hagoromo, no Hamura. He actually, let's just say, like, the Uchiha tablet, right? Yeah, it's still gonna be there. Yeah, he finds the cave. The cave is actually Madara's cave. As he goes inside the cave and he sees none other than, I think it's White Zetsu. Yeah, White Zetsu, who is with Madara currently. Madara is currently about in his dying age. Currently dying. Like, Obito, like, just left. Like, he just left. Madara is able to survive for at least, like, another hour before he actually dies. He just faked his death. As you know. And that's how it is. As Madara said, who are you, and stuff like that. As Naruto said, never mind, I just gotta go. As basically, Madara says, how dare you ignore me, I am the god of shinobi. As Naruto couldn't care less, because he knows damn well that if he wanted to, he could have clapped Madara. And that's not metaphorically. That's he's dead ass. As Madara, he can't use the full power of the Susanoo. He's only able to use the skeletal form. As skeletal form of the Susanoo, he tries to hit Naruto and stuff like that, but he's unable to. As a matter of fact, it's as if his Susanoo won't even get near Naruto. And he's wondering why. Well, because Naruto has a protective layer of chakra around him. Pure natural chakra, which, Madara can't take in. Because it's neither chakra from the toads, slugs, or any of the actually contracted beasts that he has. It's actually his own natural energy. Like, he's continuously producing his own natural energy from the natural energy on the outside. It's kind of like the thing with oxygen. Breathe in oxygen, carbon dioxide comes out. Yeah, but in this case, it's actually like negative chakra energy. coming from Naruto's body. It's negative chakra energy. You may be wondering, how the hell is that happening? Well, negative chakra energy is actually much, much, much dangerous than actual chakra energy. Why? Because it's not pure at all. It's it's quite the opposite. It's impure chakra energy. Which, if it were to be sucked up by anyone other than Naruto, since Naruto was actually the person who created it, if it were to be sucked up by a tailed beast or anyone like that, their chakra would get corrupted really badly. And I don't know. And what would actually happen is they'd turn worse than they actually are, depending on what type of person they are. If they're a nice person, they're gonna get somewhat of an attitude towards people now from now on, stuff like that. But if like they're a mad person that's always mad, an aggressive person, an evil person, they're gonna be worse. Now, if you're a murderer, if you're a murderer in the Naruto world, stuff like that, you just do things for fun and killing, and if you're like basically if you're kind of like Gara, all right, the Gara like the Gara before talk no jutsu, you would become a complete psychopath with no sort of mind. You'd probably be the next Joker. Cause yeah, the next Joker. So that's basically what it is. So Naruto said, okie dokie then. So he decided to not actually reveal anything about like the like negative chakra to anyone. Negative chakra, negative natural energy, it doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, Naruto was planning to make his own, well, Sage Mode, but Naruto said, nah, too much work. He was bored. he didn't even give a damn, alright? So, Naruto, he proceeded to, go on with his day, actually. Not caring about anything, just go on with his day, and, he comes across, the Cloud Village, as Naruto was thinking of going, but he said no. Hold on, I have to do something real quick. Alright, then I did what I needed to do. Now, alright, with the ship, Kaori is not a part of it. Yes, she is not a part of it. Yeah, I forgot to say that. The only reason she's not a part of it is because my boy Choji needs somebody too. He need love too. Fat boys need love too. Let's be honest here. The girls may not admit it, but they know fat boys need love too. Alright then? Like, no matter how much of a dumbass girl you are, you know damn well fat boys need love too. Because if you need love, and your fat friends need love, fat boys need love too. And that's to all my fat boys out there. I may be skinny, but I support y'all. But anyways, yeah. So, yeah. Kaori's not a part of it. I can't pronounce names. I'm sorry. I really can't pronounce names. I can't pronounce names. I'm sorry. This is why I'm a disappointment to myself and my family. But anyways, let's proceed. Ignore what I said. Alright then. So basically, he heard a voice yell out, "Stop right there, where are you going?" And he turned around to see Samui. She's not a ship. She's not a ship. Just so you know, she's not a ship. I'll probably make one where she's actually a ship, but not this one. But anyways, yeah. So basically, Naruto, he turns around and sees Samui. He says, "Oh, hi. What's wrong?" As basically, Samui says, "Why are you here? What village are you from? Are you an intruder? Are you trying to attack the village?" As Naruto says, that's an awful lot of questions for somebody who has stiff shoulders. As she is surprised and she says, "How do you know that?" As Naruto says, I can see your chakra coils. Especially the ones near your shoulders. They are really twisted. As he then looks at the ones in the bag and he says, "Ooh, those are even worse." As she says, "What's worse?" As he says, "Your chakra coils." As she says, "Yeah, sorry. I have really big, see, I'm not trying to offend the girls, but I'm also not trying to, give the males an erection. So, really enlarged chest area. Yes. 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 Wonderful choice of words. I don't regret it at all. So, yeah. Now, let's be honest here. We all know I don't really care about saying, like, the word, but it's just that, like, it's for your guys' sake. depending on who your parents are, depends on like whether they're actually gonna let you watch my videos or not. So I'm not really trying to come off as a bad person to you guys, as a bad influence to your parents. So I don't know. Like my 18 plus people, yeah, I don't care. It's up to you guys. You already know what I'm talking about. You've been through school and stuff like that. You're probably still going through school, probably in college now, so you know how it is. But like the people that are in like middle school and under, shit like that, yeah. Especially the ones that are like starting middle school and under. Who knows? But anyways, let's continue. As basically Naruto, he says, "Do you want a massage?" As she says, "Wait, you can do massages?" As Naruto says, "Well, yes, but it's gonna be really painful." As she says, "As long as it helps me with my shoulders." As he says, "Good. Now you need to lay down on your back." As you know, she no. As she says, "All right, then come with me." As basically, she allows him into the well, not exactly. The gatekeepers were over here fighting and stuff like that, talking about, oh, you can't just let a random stranger into the village and stuff like that. She says, "I'll take him to Lord Raikage," and they said, okay. And they're snickering about like Naruto, he's about to get his shit rocked and stuff like that. But we all know that's not gonna happen. So she takes him to Raikage's office, and she told him to stay out, and basically, like, he hears yelling from the inside, and basically Naruto just kicks down the door, and he says, it's not really nice to to yell at somebody that is working under you and for you. Like, you don't need her in your village if you're gonna treat her like that. As Raikage looks at him, and he says, "And who are you?" As Naruto says, "Don't worry about that. But you need to explain to me." As he immediately appears in front of Raikage, which shocks him, because just a second ago, the boy was right, like, at least 5 feet away, and he's no less than 1 inch away from his face. As he gets closer, as Raikage is thinking, "Oh shit, is he gay?" As you know, Naruto gets in his ears, and he taps Raikage's shoulder, as his eyes are no longer the colors that they were. They changed to the yellow rainbow rennigan, but the rainbow colors are mostly leaning towards blood red. As he whispers in Raikage's ear, "Why the hell are you yelling at her?" As Raikage immediately, when Naruto said those words, he didn't just feel overwhelmed with strength and fear. He felt death looming in the air. Not death by a regular shinobi able to kill you in an instant. No. Death as in the Shinigami. As Raikage, he looks at Naruto, and he sees Naruto's renni sharingans, and the Raikage, he whispers in Naruto's ear, "What the hell are your eyes?" As Naruto whispers back, "Don't worry." As Raikage, he's in utter shock. He's fearful for his life now, because this is probably one of the first times, apart from when Minato like got past him, that he's actually felt fear. But when it was with Minato, it wasn't that much of fear as to Naruto currently. The fear Naruto is inflicting on him is it's far more impressive than what he felt than in Minato. He's impressed but also fearful, mostly leaning on the fearful side, because the fear he has right now is stacked on stacks on stacks on stacks, which Raikage, he counts himself as lucky to be able to speak normally at this point, because he has a lot of chakra pressure being put on him. So the fact that he's actually able to speak right now is a miracle in his eyes. He's thinking to himself, "Dear God, I could be dead right now." As immediately somebody, I can't really say burst through the door, since we all know the door is gone. The door is on the floor, so I don't know. As basically Naruto and Raikage hears, "Big brother," as he hears another voice that says, "B, get back here." As basically we know who it is. It's Yugito and Killer B. As basically the two get inside, and B's wondering what's going on here as Yugito gets into a fighting position. He says, "You there, move away from the Raikage or I'll kill you," as basically Naruto doesn't even hesitate to turn around. He just stays there in that position. As Yugito charges, as Killer B has to legitimately grab her leg to put her down, as he's holding her now. As Yugito's over here yelling, "B, why are you holding me?" As B, he whispers in his ear, "Yugito, calm down and look at that boy." As this is, and Yugito's surprised by this because this is the first time that B is actually speaking words and not rhymes for raps. As basically she's surprised because he's actually serious right now. As then she looks at Naruto, and that's when she sees something that frightens her. She sees not only overwhelming power, but the Shinigami. And not only that, Naruto finally, his eyes, he turns around and they see his renni sharingan. His currently like blood red renni sharingan, not like the regular renni sharingan. No, blood red. As Naruto looks at them and he immediately appears in front of them, as they're surprised, as they want to back away, but they can't. It's as if there's a wall completely around them. Like there's a wall around them, in front of them, that's not allowing them to move whatsoever. They can't even move their mouths. All they can do is blink and breathe. Like, respectfully, they can only blink and breathe. As Naruto proceeds to put his fist out, which surprises the two of them. And they're wondering how the hell, and B's wondering, how does he know about this? As basically, well, he forces their hands to fist bump with him, as they do a three-way fist bump, as basically, inside the white space, they're looking at their tail beast, but their tail beast are looking at something much more frightening. As they turn around to see Naruto, and behind him, all the tailed beasts that are, well, 101 times their original size. So, yeah. Isn't that wonderful? Wonderful indeed, isn't it? As basically they're in shock and they're fearful now. As it's basically Matatabi says, "Boy, what are you?" As Naruto says, "I don't know. What am I?" As then they look at his eyes closely, and basically the Eight Tails and Matatabi, I think his name is Gyuki. Yes, Gyuki and Matatabi look in shock and fear as they back away. As they said, those eyes. As Naruto says, Alright, you guys are the tailed beasts. Of course you guys know about these eyes. Well, not exactly these ones. But I'm guessing you know about the ones your father holds. As they said, how do you know of our father? As Kurama says, whoa there, little bro, calm down. As yeah, I know they were born on the same day, but like which one is older, which one is younger is more like dependent on the tails. So like, let's be honest, the oldest one is the 10 tails, but that nigga's not a part of the fam since, well, he got dissected. They made him into 9 pieces. So yeah, 9 keys for 1 hole. But anyways, yeah. Somebody also said in the comments that a regular human cannot eat the chakra food. Yes, I know that. I know that already. I'm just neglective. I just don't care about the fact that, well, humans can't eat the chakra fruit. There's gonna be a way. I don't care how much chakra is in it. Well, it's because of the chakra. I understand that. But, like, shit, I don't care. I made it happen. He was able to actually consume it because of Kurama. Kurama's purely made of chakra. Alright, let me explain. Kurama's purely made of chakra. He's also... Naruto, Kurama used him as a storage, basically. More of a, like, storage thing. Kurama was mostly used as the storage when Naruto ate the chakra fruit. All the chakra that the chakra fruit gave to Naruto, like, every single drop that Naruto couldn't handle went into chakra, being held for when Naruto was able to hold it. So that's why Naruto had to go into that comatose state. For, I think, like, 5 months, I said? I think I said he had to sleep for 5 months. Yeah. So basically, that's why. So yeah, and basically, Naruto does that, and so I might have to make this quick. Ugh. Basically, Naruto, he basically, Korma basically explains to them that this is his Jinchuriki originally. These are just, well, duplications. Not exactly duplications, but forms. I don't know. As he explains what happened with him cultivating the chakra fruit to make ten tails. Like, I don't know why anybody hasn't thought of just, I don't know, just looking for seeds in the chakra fruit. Like, I understand, like, shit, oh, you're supposed to eat the chakra fruit right away, but no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm a smartass. I'm a smartass, for God's sake. You're never gonna find somebody like me in the Naruto world. Take the seeds out, plant them bitches. Oh yeah, unlimited power. So yeah. So basically, Naruto, he proceeds to, well, mind his own business. All right. Naruto minds his own business, and he lets them talk. He lets them talk while Naruto just goes and just plays around. He just runs around, just trying to build up stamina that he won't need in the future. But still, well, yeah, he'll need the stamina. So, yeah. So Naruto builds up his stamina, and Naruto, he goes. All right, Naruto goes. He minds his business, and basically, should I add Samui into the ship? I will. I will add Samui into the ship, but not now. Yes, I said not now. So, basically, Naruto, after an hour in the outside world, he let them out, and B finally explains to Raikage that that kid right there is the epitome. He is the pinnacle of like mastery in this planet. He is death itself. As basically, Naruto says that. Naruto, he leaves with Samui. Samui takes him to her apartment. Naruto gives her that massage. It was a really painful massage, but in the end, her shoulders weren't stiff and her chakra coils got opened up. So, yeah. As basically, Naruto, he was okay with it. He said, alrighty then, let's move on with my life. As basically, yeah, that's what happened. That's when I'm gonna be ending it off. I'm joking. As basically, Naruto, he lets that happen. Naruto not really caring about anything around him, just, well, exploring. After Naruto's done exploring like every inch of the world, like every inch with clones, he decides to go to space. Now this is when shit happens. Sorry, I sneeze a lot. Sorry, well, not a lot. I don't sneeze that much. It's just that today I've been sneezing a lot. So yeah. So basically, Naruto, he left. Like shit. He left. He said that he was gonna go exploring. He said goodbye to Orochimaru and shit like that, friend. And yeah, that's when disaster strikes. All right, disaster strikes. Naruto, he stayed with Samui for a week and he told her about like the girls and stuff like that, like Ino, Hinata, and shit like that. And that's when disaster strikes. The Otsutsuki King, about like when he killed Momoshiki, he got a distress signal. Not exactly a distress signal, but he actually got some form of signal from Momoshiki's dead body telling him that Momoshiki was killed by this boy on this planet, which he was planning to attack, but he can't attack because Naruto's on that. He knows that Naruto, he could probably save his planet. So, while Naruto was gone exploring space, Otsutsuki King, he attacked Earth, and he completely wiped out everywhere. He wiped out the planet itself, and there was nothing that any of the the other ninjas could do. And it wasn't a lot of Otsutsukis. It was, well, a little bit of. It was like a small army of Otsutsukis, which Naruto came back to a world of ruin. He came back to see Earth just in flames. Like, he went back on the surface of Earth to see them in flames as he ran to Konoha, worried as hell, as Naruto was going around and stuff like that, until he found like Ichiraku Ramen, found Toichi like dead, at his daughter dead, and then he went to Hinata's house, whole Hyuga compound, flames. Hinata's remains stayed intact and shit like that. Like, everybody's body stayed intact except for the Hokages. They legitimately burned the Hokages' bodies. Naruto didn't really care about this, so he just moved on with his life. He saw Hinata, they didn't really care about Sakura, so he didn't really get that much of a relationship with Sakura, but he will when stuff happens. As Naruto, seeing this, he goes to see if Orochimaru is still alive, because he knows Orochimaru can't die. As Orochimaru, she basically, she's still alive. Yeah, she's the only one that survived. And yeah, because Naruto, he made it so that she can't die. Sure, yeah, he made it so that she can't die. As Orochimaru came out of hiding, as she said, Naruto, as she ran to Naruto crying, and she had to exert a lot of chakra. Not only that, she had a lot of, bodies that she had to go through. So she got smaller and smaller as that happened. So by the time Naruto came back, she was no more than at least a little kid sized. So yeah, as Naruto, he sees that Orochimaru is the only one that's alive, and Naruto, he's put into a state of shock, then anger, then rage, then fury, and then destruction. As he said, who did this? As Orochimaru explains what happened. Naruto, hearing this, is pissed beyond compare, as Naruto proceeds to fly around every inch corner in space. He legitimately made clones to fill up the elemental nations everywhere on Earth, and he told them to fly around until they found the planet. They found the Otsutsuki planet. Naruto began wiping out Otsutsukis as he found the Otsutsuki king, and the Otsutsuki king tried to fight back, but Naruto severely lost to the Otsutsuki king. Alright, Naruto lost to the Otsutsuki king. He's not as strong as the Otsutsuki king. As the Otsutsuki king says, you are not yet strong enough, boy. Prepare for your demise. As Naruto, when he's about to die, he sees none other than the Nine-Tailed Beasts come together to form, a spiritual version of the Ten Tails. Not exactly the Ten Tails, but a spiritual version. Whilst they all reach out their tails and give Naruto even more power than he already had. As Naruto bursts with power as he proceeds to fight back the Otsutsuki king. And in his very last struggles, he manages to beat the Otsutsuki king. As the Otsutsuki king dies in Naruto's hand. And basically the Otsutsuki planet is just in ruin. It's bloody as hell. Just destroyed. As Naruto, he lets out a big yell of victory, but also sadness and grief and regret. As Naruto then goes back to Earth with Orochi, as Orochimaru, as basically he stays with Orochimaru on Earth because Naruto thought of the idea of reversing time. Not only that, the tailed beasts don't have enough chakra right now. They need to replenish their chakra, so they're sleeping while Naruto's body gathers chakra. As basically, oh god, scam like, nah, too lazy for that. As basically, yeah, I'm too lazy to actually say some shit. Yeah. So basically, is this still on? Let's see. It is. Did this in under 30 minutes. 40 minutes, not under 30, because it went past the 30 mark. As basically, Naruto, for many years, many years, actually, for many years, he stayed with Orochimaru at least a few hundred years, and he's been trying to find the perfect. He's been trying to create the perfect time traveling spell and shit like that. Not only that, he's been making seals, many seals, memory seals, and he's been making levels of seals. And Naruto has also been cultivating the chakra fruit. Why? Because for every seal he's making, and every time chakra, and every time jutsu that he uses, every space jutsu that he uses, it uses more and more chakra. So Naruto just spends his time. He has a lot of clones on the cultivation of the chakra fruit. Clones on space, clones on time, and the original body is none other than, well, working on ruins and seals. As basically Orochimaru, she's basically sad by this, because ever since Naruto lost everything, yeah, he still contracts with her, but she also sometimes, she still hears at least a little bit of regret in his voice anytime he speaks to her. Yeah, they still have a good relationship and stuff like that, and they ended up getting married, but it was one of the saddest marriages, because, well, there was nobody to attend. It was sad. It broke her and Naruto, since there was nobody to actually celebrate with, and not only that, the other girls weren't there. Well, the other three, which completely hurt Naruto's feelings even more, since Naruto actually, he just started making a bond again with the three of them. Even though they loved him with all his heart, he still wanted to get to know them better, because they just started a relationship. You can't, let's be honest here, would you actually tell the person you started a relationship with everything about you? No, you wouldn't. So Naruto, he wanted to get to know them better. Not for their secrets, but to just get to know them better so they can have a better relationship in the future, to know what they like and don't like, what they hate, dislike, despise, and shit like that. As basically, Naruto, he is grieving by this until one day, right? Now, about this time, like, they've lived for a few hundred years, alright? They've lived for a few hundred years, and Orochimaru has, well, seen a few thousand years, as basically, a few hundred years later, no, a few thousand, at least 20,000 years later, they've lived for at least, no, 50,000, yeah, a few thousand years later, as basically, Naruto finally created the seal, while also having the amount of chakra needed, and the amount of space expansion and time manipulation to do it. Naruto, he's not fully gone from the concept of time and space, but he has some control over time, which is pretty good. Naruto has a unique amount of control over time, some that you wouldn't see superheroes have. So, yeah, Naruto, he's finally able to do it, and the seal that he's been working on is a memory seal, a seal that's solely based on memory. Now, there wasn't only one seal, he made two seals. Now, you may be wondering, what? Why two seals? It's because it's only Orochimaru. He's gonna still have the memories, right? Yeah, he is gonna have the memories. But I'm not talking like two seals. No, I'm talking about two types of seals. One, there's a chakra seal, and that's for the tailed beast. And there's a physical seal, but that physical seal, once it goes upon that person's, like, depending on the body part that he puts it on the person, there's gonna be a mark of that seal on it. And basically, he puts it on Orochimaru's hand, the back of the hand, basically. As basically, he does that. As Naruto, he kisses her goodbye before he reverses, well, time on the world again. As Naruto, he proceeds to reverse time 50,000 and he's 50,000 years old now, right? He's 50,012 years old. So 50,008 years in the past. As basically, this is when it's Naruto's 4th birthday. He wakes up when it's his 4th birthday. As Naruto, he blows out his candle and shit like that. Not happy because of an act, but basically we skip to Orochimaru's lair, as basically she gets back into her body, not having the memories, but then she looks at her arms and she sees the mark. As she looks at the mark closely and looks at it even more until memory starts swarming through her head, giving her a headache. But then after she's done seeing all the memories, she starts crying due to, well, all the shit that they went through and stuff like that, and how Naruto gave her, well, new time. And it's basically, everything goes as normal, alright? Everything goes as normal. Kurama still has the has the memories of what he went through with Naruto. As basically, he also has the ability to pass on the memories to the tail beast that will be coming inside of Naruto's body. As Naruto, he told Kurama one night while they were sleeping that in 2 years, when he is 6, in 2 years when he's 6, he's going to be leaving the house to start everything all over again and becoming stronger. Not only that, you should be ready to have more than the amount of tail power you already had before. As Kurama, he smiles at this and he's surprised and he says, "Kid, did I ever tell you we're a genius?" As Naruto said, "You don't need to tell me I'm a genius. I just want to make up for my past mistakes." As Kurama smiles and said, "Yeah, let's do it." As basically, the two of them, Naruto goes inside the mindscape and fist bumps Kurama. I mean, shit, like, we have to have the fist bump. Like, let's be honest here. If we don't have that shit, what's the point? So, basically, that's what happens. And basically, for 2 months, Naruto continues with the ass beating. Like, he continues with the ass beating. Not only that, he also protects Hinata from the bullies, and he also stands up for Ino. He also, well, stops Ino from fighting Sakura. So, yeah. So basically, that's what happened. And I'm not ending it off. I'm not ending it off. No. So don't worry, I'm not ending it off right now. So basically, Naruto, he lets it happen. As basically, Ino and Sakura, no, not Ino and Sakura, Ino and Hinata, they confess their feelings to Naruto, actually. They confess their feelings to Naruto 1 year later. Sure, not ready to tell Naruto, like, their whole secrets and stuff like that, but at least their feelings. As Naruto accepts their feelings and they become a thing. Now, at first, Ino wanted to argue with Hinata, but Hinata said it's okay if they share. As Ino, she was surprised by this and said, "Oh my god. Ow, that hurt. My ears. That was my grandfather. That hurt a lot." But anyways, oh yeah, he canceled the call. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So, I'm not one to actually decline a call from family. Why? Because, well, I don't know. I just don't feel like it. I'm too lazy for that. It's basically Naruto, they become a thing. Says, alright, they start sharing Naruto. Now, Orochimaru, Naruto leaves 2 years earlier. Now, Orochimaru has been searching for Naruto for the longest now. She has been searching for Naruto for the longest now. Now, Naruto also swore that the first thing he does after attaining the power that he needs is legitimately body the Otsutsuki planet. Now, but what Naruto doesn't know is that there is not just an Otsutsuki king, there's an Otsutsuki lord, Otsutsuki god, and there's an Otsutsuki celestial. And there's just an Otsutsuki being to begin with. As Naruto, he'll be able to beat all of them after attaining the power he's gonna get. So I want y'all to listen carefully for what's about to happen here. It's basically Naruto, he proceeds to, well, go to the same cave. Like, he goes to the same cave, same shit happens, but instead of immediately taking the eyes and putting them in, Naruto starts building up beginner chakra. Now, as he's building up this chakra, Naruto proceeds to he makes shadow clones to help him build up the chakra faster. Not only that, chakra clones for space and time and seals because he wants to get back to the original level that he was at without the whole chakra fruit and shit like that and the tail beast. So he wants to do that. As Naruto, he's doing that. As he's also practicing Sage Mode and shit like that. As he's making sure that his shadow clones are doing the Sage Mode so he doesn't, well, take the penalties. As basically, Naruto, he also started, like, the whole farm. And he had the other shadow clones go pick the other items from the other caves. As basically, Naruto gets back to his original level. Well, close. When it comes to chakra, the strength of his chakra, not so much. It's at least 5/6 of his original power. So he only needed 1/6 left. Now you may be wondering, will Naruto push through and get that 6th out of 6, basically 100% of his original power? He will indeed do that. Naruto, he does that. He breaks through it. He pushes past it as well. Naruto does that as basically Naruto then decides that he's gonna start doing the whole negative chakra. He creates the negative chakra and he tries to find a way to generate it as basically the negative chakra is the negative parts of chakra. As basically negative parts of chakra is basically the fact that, well, chakra is life energy. So we all know the negative part of that is the amount of life force it consumes. So Naruto, he can't really die. He can die in his current state because he hasn't formed the contract with the Black Dragon yet. He hasn't contracted with the Black Dragon or the 4 Heavenly Beasts. So he is not invulnerable to death or shit like that. He can still die. It's basically Naruto, he decides to write his name on the scroll. And this time he did not bury Hagoromo. No, not Hagoromo, Hamura. He did not bury Hamura in the same cave. He buried Hamura in the same cave Naruto was in. Why? Because Naruto had special plans for Hamura's bones. Oh yeah, you know the vibes. Naruto's gonna be consuming bones! I'm joking. Naruto actually uses Hamura's bones as fertilizer. Not exactly Hamura's bones. As he makes basically replicas, exact replicas of Hamura's bones with creation of all things, down to the I can't say it. Molecular structure. Yes, the molecular structure. Yeah, this is one of the words that I can't say. I'm surprised as well. The molecular structure. Yes, finally, as basically down to every atom, every quirk, anything inside of his body, everything, as he used it as fertilizer for the chakra fruit to help them grow faster. You see what I'm doing here, right? Yeah, bringing some Minecraft into this. It's basically Naruto does that. Not only did he do that because, well, he wanted to, but it also enhances the speed of the growth, but also gives it more strength. Not only that, it also gives them a chance to actually get, well, the tenseigan. He made it so that he was able to see the memories. He made a seal to see the memories of, well, the remains of the bodies. As basically he saw like the whole structure of, well, his body and stuff like that, the blood flowing and stuff like that, and the DNA. and he saw what happened to his DNA after he got the tenseigan, and he replicated it on purpose. Whilst also, well, he saw Hagoromo's, well, bodily structure, his DNA before, so he doesn't really have to worry about it. Not only that, he saw the Shinigamis, but only a glimpse of it, as he was able to at least see one strand of DNA of the Shikigamis, as he was able to actually do it. As Naruto said, alrighty then, as Naruto, he still hasn't absorbed the chakra fruits. Why? Because Naruto, like I said, he's cultivating the chakra fruit. So Naruto, he went from 1 chakra fruit that he didn't eat to 10, then to 100, then to, that you know the rest. Multiply it by the same number he has, and you'll eventually get to infinite amounts of them, endless amounts, as Naruto's continuously gaining chakra. As Naruto, he does not take chakra from the chakra fruits, at least not yet. As Naruto, he does that. Not only that, but he's also concealing his chakra, as Kurama gives him at least a 9 times boost. Not exactly the same amount, but still a 9 times boost, nonetheless. As basically, Naruto, he goes to, well, where the beasts are, and Naruto's family are actually looking for him. Well, not exactly the fam, but the 2 older siblings, Menma and Mito. Yeah, sorry about that, my boy, Anime King 2. Anime King. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that, my boy. As basically, Naruto, he proceeds to, well, let that happen. As you know, Naruto continues, and he doesn't stop. He just continues getting chakra, and while he sent a clone to, well, the mountain where, well, the dragons are. Whilst also finding this baby dragon again, and this time, instead of growing the baby dragon in that world, no, he grew it in his world with him. As basically, Naruto, he gave the dragon a chakra fruit, alright? He gave it a chakra fruit, well, at least a piece. As Naruto, after doing that, he made testing tubes, alright? He made testing tubes and shit like that, so yeah, he made testing tubes. Well, not testing tubes, but nurturing tubes. Those tubes were able to have space expanded inside of it, so Naruto, he put the dragon in there so it can grow. Not only that, he's also generating infinite chakra fruit, so he doesn't have to worry. Like, he's getting them at an infinite speed. Like, basically, like, the bones from Hamura Hagoromo and shit like that, and, the Shinigami, their DNAs, their cells, and shit like that. So basically, the Ten Tails is just getting their powers. He doesn't know about Kaguya, and quite frankly, he won't need to know about Kaguya. Like, let's be honest here, do we really need to care about Kaguya here? No, we do not. Let me get that picture of Samui. Hold on. As he did that. Now, Naruto did that. As basically, while the dragon is sleeping, Naruto, he made sure he has like a whole forest around the dragon. Alright? He has test tubes connected to, well, the chakra fruits. Alright? Basically. To, well, give the dragon more power. He's gonna have a dragon with infinite power if he's gonna have infinite power as well. Like, he still hasn't eaten a single chakra fruit at all, because he wants the work to be hard-earned. As basically, he's already surpassing his own abilities, his own limits, how he was already and shit like that. Naruto has not gained omnipotence or anything like that. So, as basically, Naruto, hold on, damn. Alright, I'm back. Like I said, Naruto's not omnipotent. He's not omniscient. Yes, I needed to find out the word. Like, I know the word, but, like, I know the meaning as well, but I just don't know how to pronounce it. Like, there are a lot of words that I don't know how to pronounce, but I know the meaning of, somehow. As basically, he is not an omnipotent being yet. As basically, he basically decides to, well, continue his ability. He just continues his training. He's far beyond his limits. As basically, now he has a lot of clones. He has a lot of clones on basically different aspects of what to do. And Orochimaru is still looking for her dear old husband. As basically, so yeah. So basically, Naruto, he still trains and trains and trains. Now, Naruto, he actually left the idea of the anti chakra. He has it. All right, he's able to use the anti chakra now. As basically, Naruto, he has the anti chakra, and basically now Naruto has another. He has a lot of clones on anti chakra as well, and they have a lot, like, you know, the things that you can do with chakra, basically like enhancements to the body, to weapons and shit like that. He's doing it with anti chakra. As basically Naruto, he then decides that, well, he's gonna use the truth seeking orbs. He's gonna infuse the truth seeking orbs into his body. The truth seeking orbs are purely made out of chakra. Well, not exactly. He's gonna make his body at least as tough as the truth seeking orbs. As basically, he can't infuse them into his body because he'll actually die. As basically, Naruto proceeds to, well, examine the truth-seeking orb. He legitimately puts the truth-seeking orb inside of a research tank. Alright, a research tank that's surrounded by a lot of chakra. As basically it's researching the truth-seeking orb from the inside and shit like that. It's basically seeing the chakra signatures, the DNA, the makeup and stuff like that. As basically Naruto, he's basically just keeps training. He used creation of all things to get at least his eyes back. He got the eyes back with Kuruma's help. And he doesn't have the third eye yet. He doesn't have it. He only has the first two eye. As basically Naruto, he continues to cultivate the body. And the hair, his hair got longer than it was before. Like, originally his hair was just to the back. Now the hair is at least down to his legs and shit like that. So Naruto, kind of like Henry's from Black Clover's hair, but not as messy. As basically Naruto, he just continues to, well, train. He just continues to train, alright? Naruto's 6, so he's gonna stay like that for another 6 years. And then he's gonna take the chakra fruits. Well, to Naruto, it's practically been years. Many years, actually. Past. It's at least past the 1 million, 1 billion, 1 trillion, 1 quadrillion mark and shit like that for him. Because he's also trying to strengthen his time, so he's losing track of time. But Naruto has, well, has transformed alarms. He created his own alarms. He told Shadow Clones to create an alarm that tells him when 1 year has passed. And it's passed exactly 1 year for Naruto. Like, well, not at least yet. It's only been at least a few months. At least 5 months. Hold on. Okay, I'm back from what I had to do. Don't worry about what I had to do. So, anyways, yeah, so Naruto, he continues to do that. As basically, now, like, the whole eyes he had, the eyes before, without the rainbow color, like the eyes before, still the same eyes, but without the eyes before. They're the same thing. Yeah. So each Ten Tails, each Jubi and shit like that has those eyes, except for the rainbow parts, because Naruto has not made the rainbow parts until Naruto decides that he's finally gonna eat 1 chakra fruit. Just one, alright? Just one, alright? I said just one. He's just gonna eat 1. So yeah, Naruto eats 1 chakra fruit. He sleeps for about the time span of at least 5 minutes on the outside world, but for Naruto it's at least 2 years. So, no, 1 year. As he wakes up, Naruto, he decides, alright, after waking up, he's gonna make different colored chakra fruits. but he has to study the chakra fruits. So then he decides to, well, he decides to go to the Otsutsuki planet. His chakra is much stronger than the Otsutsuki King, so the Otsutsuki King won't be able to sense him. So Naruto walks around the Otsutsuki planet, and it's really high tech, alright? Really high tech. He gets into the Otsutsuki King's place, and, like, basically, the Otsutsuki King is talking to this person, and that's the Otsutsuki Lord. As he hears about, like, the whole other planet that's not inside of, well, Naruto's galaxy. It's actually inside of another. It's actually inside of the universe. And Naruto gets out of stays and he says, alright, as he says, okie dokie then. As Naruto, he goes into a random cave and, he decides to stick inside that cave to gather chakra from the Otsutsuki planet. It's basically, Naruto does that. He does that, and basically, the Otsutsuki King doesn't know about this. As basically, Naruto has started making the rainbow colors. Basically, every color in the world. Practically all 10 million colors. He has clones. He has 10 million clones for each. He has one clone for each color. So 10 million clones for one different color, basically. 10 million clones, 10 million colors. You probably get the gist. Alright then. So basically, Naruto's clones just keep making them stacks on 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 stacks, while he has clones sleeping so that the others don't get tired, relaxing any way they can, whether it be like physically, mentally, psychopathically, and shit like that. As basically, the chakra fruits are getting powerful and shit like that. He's enhancing them. As basically, Naruto, he does that. As basically, Naruto, he decides that, alright then, as basically Naruto, after many years of studying the technology in the Otsutsuki King's planet, he upgraded his shit, alright? He upgraded his whole layout, and then he proceeded to continue upgrading it. Because at this time, Naruto finally got an understanding of technology and how it works, coding and stuff like that. Naruto was like, alright, I think I can make it. As Naruto started to make AI. He made AIs, but he also made seals for those AIs to not disobey him or destroy the world. If they have any thoughts of destroying the world, they will immediately be deleted off the system or rebooted without that memory. As basically, that's what happens. He made the AI. It's kind of like one of the SCPs. I forgot which SCP it is. It's the AI that continuously like updates itself, reboots itself, and shit like that, continuously evolving. As basically Naruto does that. Naruto, he incorporates his seals into the technology that he uses and his chakra to further enhance it. Not only that, he's also using the truth-seeking orbs to wrap around it to give it more of an enhancement, kind of like upgrade, which makes it so that the AI is rebooting and upgrading abilities faster and faster and more advanced, and it has a lot of space, practically infinite of space. Actually, the space is based off of how much space Naruto is able to control. So as the space Naruto gains control over expands, the space inside the memory chip expands. So basically, they will never really run out of space for memory, so they can remember things from legitimately years ago, months ago, like millennia ago, like eternities ago and stuff like that. As Naruto, eternities are passing now. Eternities are passing, and it's only been at least a year. A year has passed, and it's been eternities for Naruto. As Naruto, he's just been enjoying his time, minding his own business, not really caring. As basically Naruto decided now he's ready to go look for Orochimaru. He goes to Orochimaru's place and he kidnaps her. I know, right? Kidnapping your own girl. He kidnaps Orochimaru and he got a good reunion with her and shit like that. They made lovey-dovey, and Orochimaru decided to get stronger with Naruto. Because now she sees that Naruto is big body beyond compare. He is unstoppable. He is a menace. He is dangerous. He is one to not be played with. As basically she thinks that she needs to get stronger with Naruto. As Naruto, he decided to make a clone and send it to Hinata and Ino. As you know, while it's nighttime and their respective family members, clan members, shit like that are sleeping, Naruto pulls up inside their rooms and he talks to them and stuff like that, telling them he's getting stronger and he's only a clone. So he never really goes in person, but he still loves them. So they have chats and shit like that. He's always keeping in touch with them. So yeah, it's basically Naruto. He decides to, well, tell the two that when the time is right, he'll come get them to get them stronger. Not as strong as him, but strong nonetheless. Naruto proceeds to get stronger and stronger without end. Not only that, Naruto has yet, he did not make a profit. He did not, and I mean did not, make a pact with the yellow dragon of the center yet. Like I said, the golden dragon of the center is for prosperity and wealth. Naruto did not make a contract with him yet, even though the two are in the same cave. He only made one with the death one and the four heavenly beasts. As Naruto, he then decides that he's gonna go to the dragon of the center. As you know, he goes to him and he forms a contract. As the dragon boosts his prosperity, his riches, his wealth, his luck. But Naruto did not know this, but there was another contract, actually, that can be signed. It's a really special contract. And it's actually a very, very special contract. That contract is called the Devourer. If you don't know what the Devourer is, it's basically the Devourer of worlds. He's mostly seen throughout Chinese mythology for, well, eating, well, things from small to big, practically whole planets. But it was sadly sealed away. It's also seen in Tower of God. No, not Tower of God. God of High School. So yeah, actually, I'm kind of pissed off. With God of High School right now, because I wanted to see the fight real bad. But shit, we gotta wait. But I'm even more pissed off about what happened in Solo Leveling, the last chapter. If you read it, you read it. I won't be spoiling it. I'm pissed off beyond compare. But anyways, yeah. I know we all are, but anyways, let's continue. As basically, Naruto, he did not know about this until Naruto actually got to know the four heavenly beasts better and better. Now, the Devourer, he devours, but there is one above the Devourer, and it's one stronger than the heavenly beast. He's actually one that can actually make the heavenly beast legitimately die, especially the Phoenix. He can legitimately make the Phoenix die. He can also make them be reborn into another body with the same memories they have, the ability to get their original body back. So, yeah. As Naruto, he learns about the Devourer. He was wondering, where the hell is the Devourer? Well, it is said that the Devourer is sealed. Very deep, alright? Very, very deep. As Naruto, he said, damn. As Naruto decides that, he's gonna go to the center to see if the Devourer's sealing scroll, is actually inside of there. And little did he know, he was right. But he couldn't get... He was right, actually. He was right. But he didn't know this yet. Because every time he tried to get closer and closer, like the deeper he got, right back when he got through the crust, through the mantle, he started hearing voices. Yes, if you know what I'm talking about here, you know what I'm talking about here. As basically Naruto started hearing voices. Now, the voices that he's hearing are that of dead spirits. Dead people that have been, well, long dead, alright, since the beginning of time on Earth. Since Earth first was created with man. Shit like that. Now, the deeper you go, the more, well, ancient people you see. So, there's going to be a point where he'll probably see the skeleton of Adam and Eve. But who knows for sure? That's basically Naruto. Damn, that's loud as hell. Hold on. That's basically, so yeah, that's what happened. So, Naruto, he decides to strengthen himself mentally. Why? By going down there once every 2 hours. As he gains a resistance after a whole lot, and he's able to go deeper. The deeper he goes, the more souls he hears, and the more violent the souls start getting, and restless. So Naruto has to get a stronger physical abilities. But then he heard from the beast that, well, before his time with, well, using the chakra, how they used it, they used to cultivate it, as he heard about, like, mental strengthening techniques and shit like that, and mental blockage techniques. One of such were mazes inside of his mind. Mazes that were wrapped around his mind that souls had to get through so they can actually disrupt his mental state. As Naruto, he said, okay. As Naruto, that's all he needed to hear. As Naruto proceeded to actually, before he left, he had, is there anything more about the cultivation? He said, well, there weren't many historical figures or heavenly figures. There wasn't many in heaven, so they were mostly, well, earth. As he said, oh, interesting. As basically he started to talk, as basically the heavenly beast told him about, like, oh, they have their own cultivation techniques and stuff like that, but they haven't used it in years because they've already mastered it. As Naruto said, oh, pass it to me. As they passed it on to Naruto. Dragon transformations, dragon skills, any skill you can think a dragon can have, he has. Anything you can think a tiger, a turtle, the phoenix can have, he has. The death dragon and shit like that, he has. As basically, Naruto, he decides that, he's gonna change his molecular structure. Not exactly, like, shit like that, but like his DNA to be exact. Yes, he's gonna change his DNA. He's gonna combine it with Hagoromo's Hamura's and the Shinigami. Now, immediately when he did that, it was a bad idea because it put his body into a state of shock and it knocked his body. His whole body was knocked the hell out, as basically he was put into a coma. But his clones were able to work functionally fine. As basically that happens. The clones were functioning fine, but the AIs decided to put him on a bed, and the jade bed basically. They put him on a jade bed, and then he was sleeping. As basically Naruto. Now, this is something that involves the Shinigami's DNA. The Shinigami's DNA is a really special DNA. The Shinigami's DNA changes depending on what the Shinigami sees in its years of living and shit like that. So, Naruto, immediately, he started to see the shit that the Shinigami saw. As basically, he started to see that the Shinigami sees all. Whether we don't think about it or not, he sees everything. Why? Because he's the bringer of death. So everything we see, he sees. Which, right now... so now Naruto currently, well... the Shinigami, he senses this as he goes inside Naruto's mindscape, as he said, boy, how do you know of my DNA? As he goes to attack Naruto. But he looks into Naruto's eyes and clearly sees that Naruto is not prepared to play with him, actually. Naruto won't hesitate to kill him, actually. He sees danger when he looks at Naruto. And it frightens him a little bit. Something that he hasn't felt in years. As he's surprised because he doesn't know how Naruto has anything to do with his DNA. As basically this shocks him. As basically he says, alright. As he watches it happen and he's surprised as hell. As the Shinigami says, fine, I'll let you live, boy. But Naruto, we all know that Naruto, he's not frightened of the Shinigami at all. That man brings no fear to Naruto's heart. So Naruto is not really fearful of him at all. Actually, Naruto finds him more of a nuisance currently. As the Shinigami is kind of hurt by this, but he says, alright, I don't care. He hasn't given a damn in, well, many years. Why should he give a damn now? So, he doesn't. Ugh. It's basically, Shinigami leaves as Naruto wakes up to see that, he has been passed out for a month. As Naruto, he finally has the shit. And Naruto's hair is long. Actually, much longer than Kaguya's hair. So, yeah, it's longer than Kaguya's hair, and his hair is black. Yes, he changed his DNA, remember? So, yeah. As basically, Orochimaru, she's been in seclusion for many years. For many years when it comes to Naruto. He's been in seclusion. she's been in seclusion since she has her research to do and also gets stronger. So she comes out after hearing that Naruto, well, passed out. She burst into his room, jumping on him and shit like that, and she was crying and stuff like that. But Naruto reassured her he's fine. As Naruto and her, after kissing, they cuddled and shit like that, and Naruto finally decided that today's the day that they're actually gonna get it on. So they got it on. Little bedtime sparring and shit like that. Naruto had to whip out the 8-inch. I'm not making it 10-inch or anything like that, because let's be honest, 6 inches should be enough. Shit, nah, 5 inches. Yeah, 5 inches should be enough. But shit, your boy finna pull up to China. Nigga said 2 inches is enough. But anyways, yeah. But like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I really wanted to go to Japan and China. Why? Because of the technology there, especially in Tokyo. Oof, the technology. I like that. You're gonna see like in the future, if in the future I ever do what ifs, I'll probably be doing what ifs in Japan. I don't know if I'll ever do a face reveal, but I'll probably show you like the scenery of Japan or Tokyo if I'm that successful in the future. But until then, we have to accept the creativity we have right now. So yeah, so that happened, and Naruto, he got it on with her. They lasted many hours, many days on end. Yes, because they were in extreme heat. They were sexually frustrated. But Orochimaru was sexually frustrated, and so was Naruto, because they haven't gotten it on ever since they got married. So, they had to do it. But Naruto was able to keep stable because, well, mental state. Orochimaru was slowly falling into the deep end. It was basically Naruto and her was getting it on and stuff like that, and they lasted many days. They did it for many days, at least a whole 20 days and stuff like that. Naruto has very high regenerative ability, so the babies, he was able to regenerate them really fast. So yeah, as basically Naruto does that. As when that happened, he did that. It was done with, and Naruto said, "All right." As basically, Naruto also told Ino and stuff like that about Shikamaru and her true intent, that she's not evil anymore and stuff like that. That they'll meet her in the future and stuff like that. She's a nice person and stuff like that. As they're cool with it, and they were like, "Okay, we're okay then." It's basically, yeah. So they woke up the next day. Naruto and her, they fell asleep. Woke up the next day, and basically they showered and stuff like that, and they got back to their work. As Naruto gave her chakra fruit, like she usually comes and takes chakra fruits. Naruto knows this, but he doesn't have a problem with it. As basically, Naruto started to make cuisines out of the chakra fruits now. Because Naruto has so much chakra fruits that it's practically boring, that he decided to not just take up regular ninja stuff, no, household stuff too. Cooking, cleaning, and stuff like that. Naruto wants to do it all. Naruto started doing it all. Naruto started learning controlling his chakra to the point where he can construct weapons. He could even refine the weapons so far that the weapons don't even look like they're real. Like they're in a state of being at least 4-dimensional, 6-dimensional, 100-dimensional, 10-dimensional, and shit like that. Which Orochimaru finds interesting, since there has never been anyone like that with and Naruto. He fully mastered anti-chakra, negative chakra, and stuff like that. Negative chakra is kind of like negative chakra, but like it's infused with dark matter. As basically Naruto actually got the whole idea of dark matter from the truth seeking orbs. So he tried his best to get a hold of dark matter. Now inside of dark matter, he discovered dark energy. And he analyzed for dark energy everywhere, and he figured out that dark energy was everywhere around him. Hold on. As he decided to study for dark energy some more. Actually, more in depth. He wants to be more in depth in dark energy than, well, high-ranking angel Deku. Now, high-ranking angel Naruto is still stronger than this Naruto because he's directly connected to God, way further than him. So, yeah. So basically, Naruto, he continues and continues and continues and continues to get information about dark energy, dark matter, and shit like that. And he also discovered that dark energy is the creation of all things and stuff like that. As basically, he then understands that dark energy creates the elements, and dark energy is a existence of its own. Of its own, right? It has a mind of its own and shit like that. Whatever it wants to be created will be created. What it does not will not be created. So Naruto was like, shit, alright then. As basically, Naruto wants to study it a lot. As basically, Naruto, instead of just having chakra, no, Naruto has his clones, his chakra fruits, and shit like that. He has things to compare it with, things analyzing it with, and shit like that. As the AIs, they don't have a problem with analyzing it because they have practically an infinite amount of space in their memory, so they can remember anything from this time. As Naruto, it's only been 1 year and 3 months, I think. As basically Naruto continues to train. Naruto by this age is now 7 years old. As basically Kushina and shit like that are still looking for Naruto. And shit like that. As basically Naruto still like the middle siblings still hate Naruto. Whilst the older siblings still love Naruto like in the original. Because it's not really the original anymore since I changed the storyline. It's basically that's happening. As Naruto says, shit, I forgot about those two. Now, this is when Naruto finally remembered Momoshiki and Ishiki, as Naruto made clones and he said, you two go out there and defeat those two, as he gave them a direct, as he said, alright, as basically they go, they find Momoshiki. Momoshiki this time did not die in the same way. As a matter of fact, Naruto, he spent his time making sure that he has a seal that can stop them from actually sending messages to the Otsutsuki King, Otsutsuki God, and anything higher, any higher beings. Naruto is still unable to get to the center of the planet, as Naruto, he decides, okay then, as Naruto, he decides now that he's actually going to be more in depth when it comes to getting in between that goddamn planet. As Naruto, he goes and he gets inside that planet. As Naruto, he's more in depth within trying to get inside the planet, as he finally gets inside there. And Naruto, he looks and Naruto sees something that he doesn't think that he would actually see, which is kind of surprising to him. Naruto sees, well, like, we all know what the origin looks like in the Deku What If, but it's different this time. The origin basically looks like the figure of a human, alright? The origin is two different things. It's like a spiritual version, basically like a spirit or a ghost manifestation of a male and a female. Not only that, there's also a glowing light in the middle with a book, and next to the book is a scroll. As basically Naruto goes inside, but Naruto gets stopped by the male and the female, as the male spiritual figure speaks and says, if you wish to come here, you must pass our test. As Naruto said, huh? As it says, you must pass our test. As basically says, you must get stronger. As Naruto said, I'm already strong. As he said, very well then. We must see if you really earned that strength through your hard work, or did you just cheat? As basically, they both fly into Naruto's head. As basically, they start seeing Naruto's memories. Once it gets to when Naruto eats the chakra fruit and put on the tenseigan and shit like that, they just think that Naruto cheated thanks to his opportunities. But then they saw everything, where his downfall happened, where he was broken, where where just hell broke loose for him. As they thought that, oh wow, it's depressing, it's heartbreaking. As then that's when they start to realize that, well, Naruto, after his loss, he learned from his mistakes and he started learning new things and shit like that. As Naruto, he created his own way to get back. He's getting stronger now and he still thinks and wants to get stronger. Kurama has not gotten stronger yet, but he still believes in Naruto because he sees the progress that Naruto is putting in. He sees his relationship with his previous QB, his Biju, and shit like that, and he says, okay. And they fly out of Naruto's head as they said, very well, you are fit to get these. But before we leave, here you go. As basically, Naruto says, huh? What's this? As Naruto looks closely and he says, it's a strand of DNA. As basically, he sees the strand of DNA. As it was two, one that was pink, one that was blue, but then they fused into one that was white with red, with many colors of, well, the little bars and shit like that. As Naruto said, what's this? As he says, this is the DNA strip of the origin of this planet. As Naruto, he's surprised as hell. As Naruto says, does every planet have one of these? He says, yes. As Naruto says, alrighty then, I'll conquer the planets. As they said, very well, get stronger, but do not cheat your way to the top. As Naruto said, yes. As Naruto took it and he put it into a ceiling array. As basically, Naruto, he sends it to the top. As the ceiling array then appears in Naruto's hand, Naruto, he puts that DNA sample into a strip. As the DNA just goes into the strip into the testing tube, a strip testing tube. As he calls Orochimaru over, and Orochimaru asks what's going on, and he basically explained what just happened. As she's surprised by this, and she also wants to study it with Naruto. As she knows about Naruto's shit and stuff like that, how everything is going. As Naruto, he basically explains how things have gone. As Naruto, like the rebooting process of all the AIs are getting faster. At this point, it doesn't even take seconds for them to reboot to update, and the updating speed is instant because of the infinite space. Hold on. I had to get water. Alright then. As basically, Naruto, the rebooting process, the DNA strip is getting broken down to every level as every reboot is getting him closer and closer to his research. As basically Naruto says, alright. As Naruto, he tells them to reboot quicker, to also not only just break it down. No, I want you to find a way to improve them. As Naruto says, damn. As basically, he finally got a sample of dark energy. Just a little sample that he was actually able to solidify with his chakra. And that was up for DNA testing. As basically, they're all rebooting. Just infinitely rebooting non-stop while also collecting data faster in infinite amounts of speed, and things are happening. As Naruto, he also makes clones. The cave is really big. It's practically endless at this point, and Naruto is putting clones, doing many different tasks, an infinite amount of everything. The chakra fruit thing is still happening. As Naruto, he was actually able to replicate the DNA strip. As Naruto, he said, "Be gone with all of the chakra fruits," and he took them all and he fused them into one. He fused them all into one. And it was a chakra fruit with infinite abilities. It was an infinite chakra fruit. The chakra fruit practically had an infinite sign on it. And it's a rainbow one. As Naruto, he infuses the origin data inside of the chakra fruit. As he fuses some of his essence inside of it. Now Naruto starts planting the chakra fruit seeds after letting the chakra fruit just sit there for at least a full 5,000 years. As Naruto took out the seeds and started planting them, as he used the remaining, he used the remaining body of the original. He fed it to worms. Alright, and the worms immediately got bigger because of the overwhelming chakra. And worms, we know, poop out things that can be used as compost. Their poop can be used as compost. As Naruto, you see where this is going. He has worms, a lot of them, as a matter of fact. They're reproducing a lot. Everything is at speeds that cannot be measurable to anyone. As Naruto, the concept of time is still working around him. But he has a high affinity for time. As Naruto, he goes back and he goes inside the scroll and he sees the seal. As Naruto said, he doesn't want to go there yet. As Naruto once then looks into the book. As the book, it's a really odd book. It's a small book but with infinite pages. As he's wondering, why is that? Because that book is a monster book of every monster inside that one omniverse. That one omniverse, alright? Inside of that one omniverse. Alright, and there's practically infinite. So that means there's the past ones, the present ones, and the future ones. And there's every bit of information about them, even the mythical beasts themselves. As Naruto, he says shit. As Naruto makes a place he makes a place for every page. Like, he had to make a really big testing tube with infinite space so that bitch can have every page, like, ripped out of that book. Even the book itself was legitimately dissected to the last atom just so it can discover everything about the book, who made it, their DNA, and shit like that. As basically, it finds a DNA sample as Naruto lets it in. As the DNA sample is being examined, alright? Everything's being examined about the book and shit like that. Even the scroll. He has the scroll being examined in something else. He has a replica of the scroll. Exact replica of the scroll, but not to the level of the scroll, basically. Close enough, basically. It's basically, the scroll is being examined. The seal that was put in on the scroll, it is being examined. As Naruto said, alright then. And yeah, Naruto, he's cool with it. Naruto has no problem at all. He's chill. He's enjoying his time and shit like that. Naruto just sits there and just waits. He patiently waits. He's calmly waiting. He's not mad at all. He's just fine. Which is kind of weird for somebody like Naruto, since, well, Naruto's not that patient. Like, let's be honest here. He's not that patient right now. Naruto is not as patient as he was in the past because of what happened. Naruto still holds grudge for what happened, but still he's able to, well, handle himself. So, yeah. I know, Naruto being able to handle himself. Quite the surprising thing. But, hey. Such is life. It's basically... Hold on, let me check something. Where is it? Alright, basically, so, yeah. So, Naruto everything is being found out at an infinite amount of speed. As Naruto, he's getting information on information on information. As basically, Naruto gets all the information he needs, who created it, who made it, and stuff like that. As Naruto, he puts his name on the contract. And Naruto, he goes, right? And basically, inside of the contract is an entirely new world. It's practically an entirely new existence. An infinite existence. And as Naruto, in that existence, he sees a dying old man. A man about to be killed. Well, not a man, but something like the origins, I said. Kind of like the entities. Those entities. As basically Naruto goes inside and grabs the old man that was about to be eaten by that supposed sludge thing. As the sludge thing was pissed as it's trying to find Naruto. As Naruto, he's hiding with the old man in a place that he can't be found so easily. As basically, the old man said, "Boy, who are you? And how did you get in here?" As he told him what happened is, he says, "So you were able to get past the test. Good, now I can explain to you what is going on here." As he explains that he sealed himself and the devourer of worlds in here for many years. As basically, the only person that can get in here is somebody who actually passed his test. Because the person who passes his test will get his power. But if he is eaten in here, he will, the devourer will be unsealed. It's basically, Naruto, he says, alright then. It's basically, Naruto, he gets the old man's power. Alright. The mark on his head was not red, alright? The diamond on his head was not red. It was black, like in the anime. It turned red just now because he got the power of the old man. The memories of the old man, the power of the old man, and shit like that. As Naruto, since he's in his prime and forever will be in his prime, he then proceeds to take out his hand and grab the devourer, while also shrinking the devourer to a size where he can hold him in the hand. As he gets out, as he says, "I want a form of contract." As the devourer says, "I'll eat you first." As Naruto says, "If you're able to eat me, alright then, but if you're not, you're forming a contract with me." As the devourer says, "Fine." As basically, the devourer proceeds to eat and eat until it ate Naruto. He says, "I've eaten you." As then he looks up to see none other than Naruto looking down at him and says, "Are you certain?" As then he realizes it. He's still in Naruto's palm. He hasn't eaten a single thing. As Naruto said, "What you just ate was a follicle of my hair. Now form the contract with me." Immediately, as it says, "Fine. I, the devourer of worlds, form a contract with you, immortal." As Naruto says, "I, Naruto Uzumaki, form a contract with the conqueror and devourer of worlds." As a yellow golden light appears as, well, the contract is formed. As the devourer of worlds is let free inside of Naruto's world. He's forbidden to actually, well, Naruto made him a room with infinites of planets, infinites of stuff he can eat, infinites of power. Except for the chakra fruits. They do not have chakra fruits, no nothing like that. So Naruto is not worried about anything. As Naruto, he says, alright. As basically, Naruto, he started making the other monsters that he found in the Book of Monsters. And he took a sample of the devourer and he put it for examining. And he saw that that's how the devourer can devour anything. And its stomach is, well, practically empty. It's bottomless. It's a pit with no end. As Naruto said, "I like that. I'll probably incorporate its DNA into me." As he does, he incorporates the DNA into his body. Not his physical capabilities, but the capabilities that allows him to take in a lot of chakra, negative chakra, and anti-chakra. As basically, Naruto then discovers the thing known as antimatter. As he starts understanding antimatter, he fully grasps it, dark matter as well, and shit like that, as he starts taking in a mass amount of all of them. Alright, his clones start taking them in. This is where the clones start taking in the energy. As Naruto decides, alright then. As Naruto then takes practically a lot, now Naruto starts deciding that he's gonna seal the bijus inside of him. The bijus are infinitely growing, but also infinitely being sealed inside of him. As Naruto's just sealing them, bringing it in, and his mindscape is big as hell. It's practically has infinite space, so they're just roaming around easily. As basically every second that they get actually sent to Naruto's mindscape, they get turned into, well, the nine-tailed beasts. As basically they're infinite of space and shit like that. As basically they're getting to know Naruto and shit like that. God damn it, I'm really straining my throat for this. My imagination's running wild. As basically they continue without end. No nothing, no that and shit like that. They just continue. As basically Naruto, I'm sorry, my voice is starting to sound worse and worse as this go on, but I'm gonna continue. But anyways, Naruto, he proceeds to get a better understanding of everything around him. Now Naruto, he's omnipotent and omniscient now, but not at a high level. Only to the level that the old man was, as Naruto starts getting a lot of information. Not at a fast pace, but still a lot of information. As the information he's getting is from other worlds, other galaxies, other universes, other existences, and shit like that. About his world and his timelines and shit like that, the dimensions, and many more. As Naruto, he's putting these into effect into his worlds. He's hearing about wormholes, neutron stars, and shit like that. And he has others testing these theories out. And he then decided that, shit, he's gonna involve the DNA of origin into his body now. Now, the DNAs that he wanted, the DNA of origin, the devourer, and shit like that, dark matter, dark energy, antimatter, anti-energy, and shit like that are being fused inside of his body. As basically Naruto is getting knowledge at an infinite amount of speed, as he also gave some of his DNA inside of Orochimaru's as it goes inside of her, making her stronger, stronger, and stronger. As Naruto, he's creating new abilities, new powers, and shit like that, as she's getting things from the past, present, and future, as she just stays with Naruto doing the same thing, as she has clones of her own helping Naruto, because she has enough chakra to make them, as basically, they're basically going through the same thing, as basically at this point, they have become one. They are one entity. Like Naruto, Naruto's gonna have many other origins, but like they're starting to origin. They're an origin of their own world. As Naruto's gonna have like the origin with all the other girls, but Naruto has an origin now. And at this point, 2 years has passed. Naruto, he is now 8 years old. Yeah, only 8 years have passed. Yay! So basically, Naruto, he proceeds to continue and stuff like that. You see, I'm still excited. I'm still hyper as hell to tell you guys the story. I'm gonna risk my voice just to give you guys content. Even if my voice is sore, I'm still gonna give you guys content. That's how much I care about you guys and your well-being and how mentally stable you guys are. It's basically Naruto, non-stop, non-ending. He continues to get stronger and stronger, but also he's also using the Devourer's abilities to, well, change fate. He's changing fate. He's changing fate. He's changing destiny and stuff like that. And well, not really changing fate and destiny, but he's changing reality, making it so only the chakra inside that cave, around that cave, is dense infinitely. The progress speed of everything infinitely. The upgrading speed, everything, basically everything inside that cave is infinite. So Naruto, in Naruto, the space inside of it is big to the point where it started having different biomes and stuff like that, different portals and shit like that to different worlds. As Naruto's going to those worlds, discovering different things about those worlds, chi and shit like that, and Naruto's understanding the planets and stuff like that even more. As Naruto, he's getting better and better as he started creating his own world with Orochimaru in between the middle of them. They're basically doing dual cultivation, and in the middle of, well, the two of them, there is, well, a little ball, and in that ball, a whole, well, existence is being formed. As that existence is being formed, the existence basically revolves around, well, inside those existences, there are people able to create those existences as well. As the existences are continuously growing infinitely, giving Naruto power, more and more power. Everything is getting stronger, stronger, and stronger, and stronger. Everybody's still living a normal life, but they're still strong as hell. And Naruto won't be using them like how he did when he got banished, alright? But anyways, yeah, Naruto continues to use them non-stop. As basically Naruto continues without end. Damn. As Naruto, he continues, alright? He doesn't stop. He just keeps going. He pushes through it. He's breaking his limits and shit like that. It's basically clones on the outside are getting stronger and stronger and shit like that. As no chakra is actually being leaked, because Naruto, his seal making abilities are on an infinite level. As basically the Devourer says, alright, as Naruto, he's become one of the Devourers. He's created mythical beasts and shit like that. Every beast that was inside the book of monsters, beasts, creatures, existences, Naruto has advanced to an infinite level. Hell, he even made it so that there is a leveling system in his world. As basically, they are getting stronger without end as they won't stop. And Naruto, he does that. And that's where I'm gonna be leaving it off. Yeah. I'm gonna be leaving it off right here. My throat hurts. I don't think I can push through anymore. My throat feels like how it feels like to have a sore throat and drinking orange juice or lemonade. That's how my throat feels right now. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. This has been part 3 of What If Naruto Had the Renni Sharingan and the Tenseigan. I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Lotus with this video. Yeah, so, bye my little stars.